Hi, GMC. So recently I've been thinking a lot about alternate picking and building speed and that kind of thing. I was just curious to learn what you think is the most difficult part with picking. Um, because, some people are just struggling with getting the actual speed, while others are more focused on, the control part and, controlling picking when you're, switching between different strings and stuff like that. Obviously when you come to that point, then you also start looking at, the picking direction and when does it get difficult? Is it just, when you move between different strings, or is it in particular situations where you're sort of going downwards to the next string, but you've at the point where you have to do an upstroke because you're trying to keep the up and down thing going. And this is actually why I recorded the lesson that's currently on the front page. It's a picking exercise with string crossing. And basically for me, I did spend some time, working on economy picking, which is a picking where you, regardless of what the current pick stroke was, whether it was an upstroke or downstroke, you're always choosing the most economic way to move to the next string. So instead of doing down, up on the next string, we're going to do down, up, down. Oh, my strings need changing there. So if you look at my right hand, maybe you can see there's a kind of disruption in my picking motion there. As opposed to... I'm exaggerating the motion a little bit, but I think we all, as we work on our picking skills, we all come to the point where we start thinking about that, especially if we're focused on building speed. It's like, wait a minute, what if I do it this way? Wouldn't that be easier and faster? And the truth is, it probably is a little bit easier. Whether it's going to give you results faster, I can't really tell. The reason I gave up on it, I was kind of fast, I think, back in the days, but it didn't sound really good to me. And as I analyzed it, it seemed to me that the players that had the most aggressive kind of picking, they were also the ones, like Paul Gilbert, their picking runs were strictly alternate picking. So that's why I sort of opted for strict alternate picking. And I also find that when playing a bit slower, it really allows you to just improvise and not think about the right hand. When I'm playing fast, it's harder because you can't improvise, and it's hard. Strict alternate picking is difficult, which is why I designed this little mini exercise, which seemed really helpful to me, and I still do that one. You can watch the lesson to get the details, but I'm really focusing on that specific problem area. And it's, if I do that for a while and then try to do like classic picking runs, it feels much easier. But I have a long way to go, obviously, still. But this kind of exercise is pretty cool. It sticks with me, and it allows me to move around. And do actually play licks with it as well. Yeah, I just thought I'd say that. But it'd be interesting to hear what you think is, the difficult part with picking, and whether, the exercise I presented to you there, whether it's any useful to you guys. Have a good one. See you. Cheers.